Na kwenye Westv Staftahi awamu ya pili na ya mwisho hapa kwenye mahojiano. Asante sana kujiunga nasi. Bwana Job Bwonya, karibu sana.
Asante.
Tangu tuachane wiki jana
yeah.
Naona hadi menyoa vizuri sana. Mungu anasaidia.
Mungu anasaidia. Tuna mvua,
mvua pia
mvua inanyesha. Na tunashukuru Mungu kwa sababu hii mvua imekuwa very consistent kwa karibu miaka mitatu. So nafikiri saa hiyo watu wanapanda, nafikiri ni Mwenyezi.
Unajua kuna wale ambao wameketi tu wafanye chochote, wamengoja
kuona. Wale labda hawajalima kwa sababu ya labda hawana pesa ya kununua mbegu, hawana labda pesa vitu kama hivyo. Changamoto ziko katika sasa kawaida ya hii umaskini na vitu vingine. Lakini mvua imekuja mzuri. Nafikiri tutapanda na Mungu atatujalia tuvune.
Watu wajitahidi kabisa.
Watu wajitahidi kabisa.
Kura zilipigwa tarehe ngapi? Tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 mwaka wa 2002. Naam. Mwaka wa 2022.
Yes.
Sinao midterm. Rais William Ruto amefanya, naweza sema kwamba kuna mambo ambayo ameyafanya. Na nina uhakika kwamba wewe unayajua vizuri sana. Ingawa kidogo pengine hutasikizana nami, lakini Rais William Ruto amekuepo. Sasa naweza sema kwamba ni nusu sasa, midterm tuseme hivyo.
Exactly.
Na kama wewe unaweza mpa asilimia ngapi?
Unajua tulifanya hiyo research na tukampatia asilimia 5.
Out of 10?
No, not out of 10, out of 100. Walimpatia asilimia 5. Mzalendo Trust ilifanya na wakampatia asilimia. No, ukiona tutaanza hivi Bwana Felix. Sile ahadi alikuwa amesema ndio aingie madarakani silikuwa zipi. Sawa? Na tuone kama sile ahadi ambazo alikuwa nazo wakati aliingia madarakani amezitimiza kwa nusu ya muhula wake. Hiyo ndio tupatia ile keji mzuri ya kuona whether this government has performed, whether those promises have been fulfilled or not. Ahadi ya kwanza ilikuwa ni ya kwamba wakati anaingia katika kiti, wakati anaweka Biblia chini tu pap, he will lower the cost of living. Si ndio? Ata implement 2/3 gender rule. Atapunguza bei ya mafuta. Atapatia wanawake asilimia 50 ya cabinet. Atakuwa akicreate kazi milioni 1 kwa mwaka. Atakuwa alisema ata improve health sector. Atafanya affordable housing. Atafanya hustler fund. Alisema ya kwamba hata kuwa mtu wa kuomba pesa kutoka nje. Atapunguza kuomba pesa kutoka nje. Sawa. Vitu kama hivyo. Na alisema ya kwamba watu wa Kenya ataweka pesa mfukoni ya watu wa Kenya. Labda jambo lile watu hawakujua ilikuwa ni ya kwamba ataweka pesa mfukoni ya nani. Si ndio? Hiyo. So ukiona hizo hati zote na iwe ni yardstick ya kusema ya kwamba whether as performed, unaweza kwenda one by one, isn't it? What the cost of living? Did he lower the cost of living?
He has really tried.
No, imeenda juu.
Lakini bei ya chakula imepungua Bwana Job Bwonya.
Bei ya chakula imepungua kwa sababu Mwenyezi Mungu ametupatia mvua. Sawa? It has nothing to do with the government planning. Okay, kuna subside fertilizer, isn't it? Which is one among the many things that can spur economic growth. Yani hiyo ni kitu kimoja tu kwa mili ya mtu. That one there is some access a bit of it kwa sababu saa hiyo wakulima wanapata mbolea kwa bei nafuu. Ingawa it is not in the market kwa sababu ukienda saa hii market mbolea ni shilingi 6,800. Sawa? Kwa soko ya ukitaka haraka vitu kama hivyo. But angalia which services have improved, isn't it? Ni huduma zipi zimeimprove? We go to what we call basic needs, basic services in elimu, basic services in health. Are you getting? Na vitu kama hivi.
Lakini Bwana Bwonya, utakubaliana nami kwamba wakati chini ya utawala wa rais mstaafu Uhuru Kenyatta na rais wa sasa hivi William Ruto, kwamba wakati wa Uhuru Kenyatta mbolea ilikuwa juu sana, bei ya juu, lakini ukilinganisha na wakati huu wa Mheshimiwa William Ruto,
mbolea
ikawa na faida kubwa sana.
Wacha nikwambie, ukiona vizuri subsidy zile za Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta, mbolea ilikuwa shilingi 1,700. Kumbuka vizuri, subsidy ilikuweko, isn't it? Huyu akakuja akatoa subsidy kwa mafuta, sawa, ambaye alikuwa anasema atapunguza bei ya mafuta, akaraise mafuta from that VAT ya 8% by 100%, by 16, from 8% to 16%. So hiyo ikaenda hivyo. So tunaweza ona, because people ni wacha nikwambie na Felix, ndio it is not better but people will feel it. Will feel that the economy has grown.
It's not about the theories.
It is not about the theories.
Mahali ambapo wameketi
work.
Yes.
Umeona? People will feel it. Isn't it? You don't need to go to churches. You don't need to go to political rallies. You don't need to go to whatever meetings and say, oh, nimepunguza gharama ya maisha sijui hapana.
Let people feel it.
Let people feel it.
And they will tell you.
And they will tell you, not you telling them. Are you getting? Look at it. Despite high taxation ile tumekuwa serikali imefanya, serikali ile ilipita ya Uhuru Kenyatta ilikuwa inafanya what we call capitation kwa shule. Tunaanzia hapo. Sawa? Capitation kwa mwanafunzi mmoja was flat of 22,244 per student. Isn't it? And it was working so well. Isn't it? Who raised it from about 19,000 and something to 22,244. Now, with high taxation, Kenyans believed that this capitation will go up so that musiko kwa wazazi inakuwa chini. But what happened? It has been reduced from 22,244 to 17,000. And there are also proposals that it has to be reduced to 14,000. Are you getting it? Hii ni kuweka sasa mzigo kwa wazazi badala ya kupunguza mzigo kwa wazazi. So Kenya is expected with high taxation, kwa sababu ukiona wakati waliingia katika hii madaraka walikuwa na propaganda nyingi. Walikuwa wanasema tumepata treasury ilikuwa zero. No, Kenya was not a failed state, isn't it? Kenya haijakuwa imepitia kwa mapinduzi ndio watu. Wakati rais alikuja, institutions were there. KRA was still collecting money.
Nilimsikia waziri baada akisema kwamba the government had a deficit of 900 billion wakati ambapo iliingia kwenye mamlaka.
You know, madeni hilo tunalipa Felix, si ndio? Si madeni ambayo ni ya Uhuru peke yake. Hii madeni tunalipa hata ya mheshimiwa marehemu Rais Moi bado tunalipa. Madeni ya Kibaki bado, yani tuna ile madeni ambayo wanatupatia miaka 30, miaka 40, miaka 10 na hiyo madeni sio kitu. But you see what I wanted to say is one. Wakati waliingia utawala, nothing had failed. KRA continued even collecting more money because of those raised taxations na vitu vingine. So more money was being collected. So hatuna sababu ya kusema ya kwamba hatukubali. Na Kenya, it is a third world country, isn't it? It's a third world country. Hawana pesa ile wanaweka, ile kitu tunafanya it from hand to mouth. Are you getting? That's why we borrow. Pesa ile tunasanya Kenya haitoshi matumishi. India inalazimisha inji inakopa. Sasa huwezi kusema ya kwamba niliingia katika utawala na nikapata empty covers. Covers are never empty. money is collected. Mwezi ikikwisha, mshahara inalipwa askari, wanalipwa walimu, wana all civil servant, and we don't have reserves. Nchi kama first world countries like US, Britain and other countries, those are the countries with the reserves money. Sisi hatuna reserve. Ours is hand to mouth, isn't it? Because of being gold at that world country. So hiyo narrative hiyo inaona ya economy. Wakakuja katika elimu, tumeanzia capitation, imekuwa reduced despite high taxation. Sawa, and it is not coming. Ukiongea na nini principals wa mashule hapa, hata zile za primary na za secondary, ya kwamba out of that 17,000 per student, kufikia mwezi jana walikuwa wamedeliver 20% of 17, isn't it? Na sio yote haya. Ukiona kama chaos in the university education, wakaweka bans, and nilisema hapa wiki jana ya kwamba this government came to power in what we call discrimination, si ndio? Na walianza katika campaign and people took it for granted.
Na maanisha nini ukisema discrimination?
Discrimination walikuwa wanasema ya kwamba hustlers and the dynasties, isn't it? That is purely discrimination. That is against the people.
Was it a discrimination or just a strategy?
It is not. It is a strategy, but yes. It is a discriminatory strategy, isn't it? Hustlers, dynasties.
You have to tell people what they want to hear.
No, but that is why courts have struck out all those things, that whatever the government is putting it there, share all those things are discriminatory. Isn't it? Wakaingia katika elimu, wakaweka bans. That is discriminatory. At band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, band 5.
Unahisi kwamba mambo yanafaa fanye tu kawaida vile ambavyo yalikuwa yanafanywa?
The existing system,
na mabadiliko. Yes.
Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Hakuna mabadiliko hapa. You cannot make, huwezi kutekeleza mabadiliko na hali wa Kenya wanaumia. Unaona? Watu ambao wako wanakufa because of SHA haifanyi kazi, there are in thousands. Si ndio? How many people does the government want to die so that they can rectify things? Are you getting it? So, ukiona katika hiyo discrimination hiyo, wakaingiza katika elimu, wakaweka bans. Ukiona ile discrimination hiyo, wakarate basically ya watu, wakasema wewe yule ambayo unacho we lipa, sijui vitu kama namna hiyo.
The president himself admitted there are a lot of challenges in the education sector, and he is ready to deal with that.
These challenges have been created by this regime. The challenges in SHA, the challenges in the education system. Is it about him or advisors? Forget about it. It is him. Advisors are not even known. Sisi have advisors, isn't it? All this confusion is that the government has facilitated confusion in the administration of justice, in the dispensation of basic services to the people. That's what is happening, and that is why walimpatia 5%. So ukiona vitu hivyo vinakuja, high cost of living, it was never tackled. And you know, they have completely, this is what they call the purchasing power of the people. Are you getting? Unaweza kusema bei ya mahindi imerudi chini. Sawa, bei ya unga imerudi. But the most important thing, ile kitu wanasema nenemba mbaya, high indicators, ni kwamba, do you have money to pay? Unaweza reduce up to 70, isn't it? Lakini mtu hana mapato ya kupata, isn't it? Money is not in the people's pockets. Are you getting the point? That is where it is. So you know, Patela alisema ya kwamba hataenda kukopa. Within 2 years of his regime, amekopa pesa kushinda miaka 10 ya Uhuru Kenyatta. That was proof. We are now at 11 point something trillion.
Kuna yule atauliza iwapo Rais William Ruto amekopa kwa kiasi hicho, hiyo pesa imetumika kwa njia gani?
Now that is the question. And that is why Kenya umeona sasa unakopa.
Bwonya, unataka kuniambia kwamba Rais William Ruto anakwenda kukopa pesa lakini hamna kazi ambayo pesa inafanya?
Iko wapi? Ndio unaona wa Kenya wako wanalipa madeni. Pesa ile hawa wanaenda kukopa, wanaiba pesa, wa Kenya wanalipa. Are you getting it? Tuonyeshe what is this money doing? Hii madeni imefanya kitu gani? Madeni ile tuko tunalipa Kenya hii ni ile mfano ya Arol Kramarel Dams 63 billion ambaye ilienda katika mifuko ya watu. Name them. SGR. Hizo ni madeni ambayo wanalimbikishia wa Kenya, na watu wawili watatu wamebenefit from those funds as Kenyans carry the burden of paying. Madeni ile haijulikani ilifanya kitu gani. Eurobond, madeni ile inakuja na wanaweka pesa katika benki za nje, haziingii katika uchumi ya Kenya. Vitu kama hivyo. So ukiona katika auditor's report vitu kama hivyo iko. Na umeona
between this period in auditor's report she was saying Margaret Nyakango
utaenda hapo umeona tuna hii increased for borrowing wame increase sawa, increased corruption saizi. And you know TI report of 2024 is very clear, is that more than 30% of the money we borrow, of the money we collect in terms of revenue, goes through corruption. 30% of it, of our budget, goes to corruption, which is about 1 trillion.
Bwana Bwonya, huwezi sema kwamba the story of corruption kwamba imeanza na Mheshimiwa William Ruto. Imekuepo. We lose that,
you know, when we say
2 billion shillings per day.
When we say human beings, when we say human beings think upwards, isn't it? We can't think backward, isn't it? We can't say that it was there, so we can do nothing.
Are you putting all the blame to the president?
Exactly. Whichever way, because that is what you should do. If
amekuepo tu miaka miwili unusu,
get about in a million. Mheshimiwa Ruto has been in leadership from 1997. He knows what is happening. And what is the president, vitu kama hivi vyote. So it is him who should be blamed, isn't it? It is him who is presiding over corruption. It is him, whatever things that goes wrong in this country, it is him to be blamed, nobody else, because this is the regime of William Ruto. So whatever goes wrong, whether you have bad advisors, whether your ministers are not operating, whether your ministers, it is him, the buck stops with him as the chief executive, as the appointing authority, isn't it? As the person who have entrusted with the leadership on a social contract of 5 years. So everything stops. If a minister is corrupt, he has the powers to sack. Are you getting it? He can sack. He can do whatever he can do. Are you getting? So all this corruption that is happening under wastage in management in what we call procurement. Ni vitu vingi. Ulikumbuka hapa ulikuwa na nini story ya nini wheelbarrow hapa. Wheelbarrow ya shilingi 3,500 wanauza shilingi 1,000. So watu wanasema that is a chain of corruption through what we call procurement processes. Mahali hii kalamu ndiye shilingi 10. Sawa? Ofisa anasema weka 10 ingine yangu inakuwa 20. Hapa anasema weka 10 yangu inakuwa 30. Mwingine anakuja anasema weka 10 yangu inakuwa 40.
Kalamu, you end up buying a pen at 100.
At 110. It is not the price of the pen, but it is budgeted corruption. Sindio? Wanaweka mtu niwekee hapo yangu kwa kalamu moja. Inaenda mpaka ifike shilingi 100 ama 90.
Na hiyo ni kalamu moja.
Hiyo ni kalamu moja.
You are going for 100 pens.
100 pens. So hiyo 100 pens ikuja ni ya shilingi 10, lakini watu wamekulia kupitia hiyo. That's what we call budgeted corruption. So kitu ambayo inaumiza wa Kenya is nothing other than corruption. Rais badala ya kuongea juu ya top of kazi every now and then.
We keep on talking about corruption. Miaka nenda miaka rudi Bwana Bwonya, lakini Ni nini ambalo unaweza sema kwamba rais, majukumu yapi ya rais ambayo ako nayo?
The issue with the corruption is the leadership has no political will to fight corruption.
Is it possible? Is it possible to fight?
It is possible to fight.
Because if you are losing 2 billion shillings per day, that's a lot of money.
In fact, it has now improved, gone up. Are you getting?
It's more than 2 billion.
2 billion is about 2.5 according to the TI. So, you look at also what we call the budget statement of Parliament that was released last week. Budget policy statement by a committee member of Parliament. And you could see it, is that the employment rates in Kenya have dropped from 4.9% to 4.4% in 2024. Those are indicators that the people's purchasing power have declined, isn't it? And there's increased cost of production of goods and services. More people are sinking towards poverty at 40%, up from 33% 3 years. Those are indicators, and that is a report from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. So we can't give him marks when this is happening. Is that the people's purchasing power has declined. Are you getting it? Ndio nasema it's not the prices of unga coming down. Is do you have money to buy that unga? Nakumbuka mwaka wa 1980 tulikuwa na njaa hapa Kenya hapa. People had a lot of money. Si ndio? Hata wangesema unga ni shilingi 800, mtu anaenda kununua bundle moja. But the government seeing that the people have money and there is no food, they are restricted. Ya kwamba ukiingia katika duka unaenda na mfuko moja. So watu walikuwa wanafanya, wazazi walikuwa wanafanya, sisi tunakaa kwa laini, baba amesimama mbele, mama amesimama mbele, mnakaa pale asifu hamjuane, so that muende
na mifuko tatu
kama ile. So the purchasing power of people is that, do people have money, isn't it, to buy even 50 per kilo? Are you getting? So what is important is that, have you increased manufacturing? Have you increased production so that the people have money in their pockets, so that hata hiyo unge ikifika shilingi 200, when the people are getting money, they will just buy. But the government has rated.
But one characteristic of money is scarce. Of course, lazima.
You know, money is scarce, but the government must create what they call an enabling environment. If the government is competing with the people to borrow, isn't it? To borrow. Wakati wa Kibaki niliona tu vizuri, there were banks zilikuwa zinafanya kiosks nini katika soko, ikinikaribu watu kukuja kuboro pesa, because the government was not borrow. So the government is competing with the citizens to borrow, and you know the government is more reliable, so that the banks will go to the government other than people. So unaona hiyo policy statement, it gives you, and it says that the Kenyans have no money in their pockets. Money is in the pockets of a few people. Ile unaweza kuhesabu moja mbili, kwa sababu wewe hapa uko ndalala njaa, sawa, na mtu mwingine hako anaweka hapo okoto, anataka kujenga nyumba ghorofa 10. Mtu mwingine amenunua mapate hapo alshit, si ndio? Yes. Yeah, anafanywa kuwa fencing ya kujenga nyumba. Those are the disparities ambazo ziko. Are you getting? Purchasing power parity is that sectors that support growth of economy. It is manufacturing which has stagnated, isn't it? Agriculture, exports, few people control the economy. We have government wastage, procurement of pricing of goods and services, corruption, bending bills at 524 billion, with the county government having pending bills of 194 billion. So you can't have circulation of money in such a circumstances. Are you getting it? If Zoya here collapses, if Malagisi collapse, if Mumias collapse, where do you want people to now get the money so that they can have the so-called the purchasing power?
We are talking about the president's scorecard after 2.5 years.
Yes.
There are a couple of things that he has done right or correct. What are these things?
You know, ukifanya hesabu ama ukifanya mtihani yoyote, si ndio? Wanawekanga hiyo question.
Where has he scored an A or a B?
Skiza.
Yes.
We do what we call an average. An average. Yes, we do an average. Si maswali ni 50. Wameweka hapo ingine ni 6. Are you getting? You can score 6 out of 6, but you get 0, all those 50, it will be an E. So we do what we call an overall. Huwezi kusema you have improved in agriculture and then you have stagnated in what you call manufacturing. According to that report, challenges are there, isn't it? But how do you overcome those challenges? Stop corruption. Are you getting it? Stop corruption. Because corruption eats almost $1 trillion shillings in the Kenya's economy every year. And those are reports that have been verified, isn't it? You get it. Few people control the economy. There's a lot of wastage in the government. Umeona? A lot of wastage in government. So,
how do you rate the way the president has handled the Hustler Fund and then affordable housing and health sector?
Affordable housing is a breeding ground for corruption. Share is a breeding ground for corruption. Umeona share those institutions, si ndio? Makanisa, hospitali za makanisa zilikuwa sinadai serikali a tune of 30 billion. Sawa? Hawa wanakudai wewe, mimi nakudai shilingi bilioni 30. Sawa? Unilipi na for the same services unaenda kulipa mtu mwingine private shilingi bilioni 104. That means you have the money. Are you getting it? That means you have the money. So all those things have collapsed. Nothing is properly working because the government came up with what we call experimenting. You cannot experiment health of the people. You cannot experiment basic needs like education. Are you getting it? By bringing this, the government was doing what we call experiment. Huwezi kufanya experiment katika maisha ya watu, isn't it? So that the people go to hospitals, it doesn't work. Are you getting it? Watu walikuwa na a comprehensive cover. The cover is now very discriminative. Is that labda ulikuwa mimi na wasa ndugu yako ama mtoto wako, I can benefit from yours. Now hiyo hakuna. So that you remain you alone. That's what you say. The government is facilitating confusion in the administration.
Is it exactly that?
It's exactly that. And where there is a confusion, you facilitate confusion so that public money is stolen, so that the public money is lost, isn't it? Haijulikani ni vipi. That's why the government, all government and any workers are on top of the roof saying that share is working. But the people who are supposed to be the beneficiaries, isn't it? Let those people talk. Hatutaki mbunge akuja hapa atukwambie kwamba share is working. Wacha mtu yule ambayo the beneficiary. Yule ako Mombasa, yule ako hapa Bungoma, yule ako Karisa. Waanze kusema ya kwamba ndio iko inafanya. Are you getting it? They have registered 20 million people, but only 4 million people are paying. It is not practical. Are you getting it? So, if these things are not working, they are not working, the government must come up clearly, isn't it? And make things function so that the Kenyans can now benefit from it. Are you getting it? So, on the issues of corruption, if you want to eliminate corruption, the most effective way is not to punish people from the bottom, isn't it? But punish people from the top. If you start punishing people from the top, this will be a powerful signal, isn't it? Let's see ministers in jail. Let's see governors like Waititu and others in jail, isn't it? Let's see former CS, old people who have mismanaged public resources in jail. That will be a very powerful signal.
Lakini unajua hilo likitendeka, Wakenya watasema kwamba ni siasa.
Hakuna kitu kama siasa. Mtu kama amekula
kama ya Waititu anasema ni siasa.
Waititu is 588 million.
Lakini
the court has found him guilty. And it is not Waititu alone.
Lakini kuna mbunge hapa kutoka eneo la Magharibi anaegemea mrengo wa Kenya Kwanza, alipatikana na hatia. Yupo huru.
Now that is what we say, that this regime lacks the political will to fight corruption, because people who have been appointed in leadership in this country are corrupt in one way or the other. Are you getting? They are part and parcel of the problems. People who have been appointed in various ministerial positions are not clean. There are people who have been involved in corruption across. Are you getting? So those are hyenas protecting each other. So hatuwezi tukasema ni hiyo, but you see, you can come up with what you call this in human rights, we call it such a regimes, we call it repressive legal regimes. A repressive legal regime means that it is a regime that has been put in power by people, and it turns to be repressive, isn't it? Misinformation, confusion, isn't it? No services despite high taxations, lip service, no results, corruption, extrajudicial killings.
What do you mean by lip service?
Lip service is that you talk, tutatenga, sijui tutafanya namna gani, tutafanya namna gani.
And you are not doing anything.
And you are not doing anything.
That is lip service.
That is lip service. You say utafanya, ufanye. People don't see results.
Is the current government doing lip service?
Absolutely lip service. And they are better if, kama, wacha nikuambie Felix, kama kuongea ndio kufanya, this could be the best government.
Lakini you are avoiding my question.
Yes.
Tell me about the Hustle Fund.
Hustle Fund is neither there or here. Watu walikopa shilingi bilioni 19 mpaka saa hizi hawajalipa.
Utalaumu serikali ama Wakenya?
Sasa, you know, is it a well-planned program? That is one, isn't it? Who is managing a fund? It is not a well-thought idea.
It's your friend Oparanya.
Forget about it. Oparanya opposed it. He has been forced to now implement what he opposed. And it is very true, isn't it? The issue, it cannot be an imaginary, isn't it? Isiwe karata ya kusema ya kwamba ukifanya hiyo, ukiweka hapo huko unapata shilingi 1000. That is not the issue. The issue is that we didn't have a specific program to it. It was rushed. It cannot assist Kenyans. Sindio? Watu walichukua shilingi 500, 700. Hakuna. Oparanya alisema siku ile ya kwamba tuna watu ambao wako na bilioni 19 na hawajalipa. Watu wengi ukiwauliza anakuambia hata silipi, ati huwa wanaleta messages ya kwamba wewe sijui lipe, sijui CRP, ati na nimeignore. Mtu alichukua shilingi 500, amelala njaa, anaenda kununua ukali anakula na maneno na kuishia hapo. So it was not a well thought idea. Umeona? And you can also see what may be why Kenyans may not expect even a real development. You look at what you call the control of budget report. Latest list in August.
Yes.
2024. That is the national government expenditure from 2023-2024. That is starting on the 1st of July 2023 to 30th of June 2024. You look at what we call the total expenditure, isn't it? Total expenditure was 3.89 trillion. That is the total expenditure for that year of 2023, from 1st of July to 30th of June 2024. That's the total expenditure. Then you copy recurrent expenditure. Look at this. Recurrent expenditure is 3.37 trillion, which is 86.6% of all the money.
Kuna yule ambaye hakuelewi ukisema recurrent expenditure.
Yani hii ni mishahara, ni matumishi. Isn't it? Ya serikali. Kwa ile pesa tumesanya kwa Wakenya 3.89 trillion.
Yes.
Recurrent expenditures 3.37 trillion, accounting for 86.6%. Look at this. Development expenditure from the national government is 516 billion, which is 13.4%. Hata sasa rais akikuja kusema ya kwamba tutatenga hapa, tutajenga hii barabara, and if development expenditure is 13.4%, which is supposed to be 30% according to the law, but we are spending, this is now exact expenditure. Forget about budgeting and expenditure ni vitu viwili tofauti. You can budget, I will buy this, along the way you can change, you can revise it. Useme hii kitu nilikuwa napanga kununua sinunui, but this the budget report is what has been spent, and we are spending 516.8 billion shillings, which is 13.4% of all the money we collect, and 86.6% of all the money on recurrent expenditure. We can't move, isn't it? You look at that particular year, the government expenditure of 9 months of 2023-2013, it speaks volumes of how our money is misused. Na hii expenditure hii, development expenditure hii unaona hii, we have also what we call corruption inside there. So that even that 13.4% does not exactly or directly go through development. Tuna pesa ya kufucha hapo, mismanagement, wastage within this. That's why we end up, isn't it, with very little development. Ukiona katika that same period, the county government expenditure was 274.7 billion. That's expenditure,
yes,
isn't it? Personnel emoluments is 146.53 billion, which is 54%. Operation and maintenance is 82.65 billion, which is 30%. Development is 16%, which is 44.89 billion. 16%. But the law says that it has a development expenditure must be at least 30%. But you see, national government is making it 13.4%. County government 16%. And we can even come down to our region here, which is Western, isn't it? The county that had a higher percentage of expenditure on development is Vika, which is 21.8%.
Yes.
That's Vika leaving 78.9% recurrent expenditure. Then Transoya with 20% leaving 8% recurring expenditure. Kakamega is 14.2% leaving 85.8% recurring expenditure. Bungoma is 11.1% development and then 88.9% recurring expenditure, and Busia 10.01% leaving 89.9% of all the money to recurring expenditure. You know, you get it.
Paying of bills, salaries.
Exactly. Paying bills, paying of salaries. And you know, the biggest question we must also ask ourselves is whether, isn't it, we needed this for 7 counties.
Nimetaka,
that is the biggest question.
I want you to help me here.
Yes.
I want you to answer this.
Yeah.
The controller of budget noted that billions of shillings were lying idle at the Central Bank of Kenya that should have been used by counties for development. Inamaanisha nini?
You know, disbursement, I think that is just the language, isn't it? Disbursement is that, you know, now, for example, if they released money now,
yes,
this is March, isn't it? You must spend that money latest by 30th of June, isn't it?
Yes.
But you see, the money, they have what to call procurement processes. Are you getting it? Who utafanya single sourcing? So, uta-advertise hizi programs, watu bidders watakuja na kila kitu. So unaona pesa nyingi zinarudisha because of the timelines. Umeona? Kwa sababu huwezi kuleta pesa saa hii na useme situmike before June when there's a process of procurement, process of advertisement, in the three or two leading newspapers, watu wafanya applications, wafanya application na vitu vingine. So wanaweza leta mapesa late, that if those processes are done inaweza enda mpaka mwezi wa 10. So the basic thing pesa zitarudi. I get, so I don't think that is because the governors wao wanasema ya kwamba the central government does not release money in time. That is one thing. So ukiona hizo sasa, you will see that whatever promises the government is making with this expenditure,
yes,
according to the control of parties, this country will not develop at all, isn't it? And that is why Felix, isn't it? You see that barabara zile zilikuwa sikuwa imani. Unaona barabara kutoka hapa Mzikoma kuenda Lurambi,
yes,
imekwama. Barabara kutoka hapa Bungoma ya kupitia Sikata paka Kimirili, imefika Hajonge, imekwama. Barabara kutoka Misihu kuenda Matundo, imekwama. So many routes have stalled projects in Bungoma, in Busia, in Kaka. It's across the country. Is that because much of the money Kenyans are collecting inaenda katika mishahara ya watu, inapitiwa katika corruption. So we have very little money that the government can do what good development. And you can see it from the economic budget report of 2023-2024. Yani 2024-2025 itatoka mwezi wa 8. So this means this is the latest ambayo tuko nayo. So you analyze this.
Haya yote yakifanyika Bwana Bwonya, unahisi kwamba pengine serikali inafaa iongeze mgao kwa serikali za county?
I think that is what we should do. We should move from 15%, isn't it, at least 30 or 35%, because most of the functions are devolved.
Yes,
but the central government or the national government is still holding on some money on the devolved functions, when most of those functions at the national level has to do with the policies alone, but implementation like health, agriculture. But still the central government still holds money. We have some agricultural cooperation like AFA and all those other cooperation, about 12 of them. They are still held at the national government. So we needed this money to be developed so that hata sikipaki huko kidogo.
What could be the reason why the government is still holding on this money? 15% of the county government?
That this government does not want a devolution. Umeona, wacha nikuambie. Umeona nini? Mimi nimeshawahi kuwa mkulima wa mahindi. Sawa?
Liacha?
Hapana, pato nalima. Na ukilima mahindi ukongoe, alafu mwake tu kwa nyumba, hata wakaiba gunia 10 utajua. So devolution hii imefanya hivi, is that ukikongoa hiyo mahindi na unapaga katika mifuko, unajua watu kiingia kwa nyumba ukiona mtu amechukua korokoro 2 utajua. I get it. So hawa wanataka hii vitu imwake kwa nyumba, sawa, so that wakibia pesa nyingi na Nairobi, people will not know. But we wanted that devolution so that all development functions, 15 development functions, isn't it? Functions must be accompanied, services must be accompanied by the budget.
Yes.
So pesa zile sinakuwa heli huko, si ndio? They are supposed to be na nini rais alikuwa amesema ya kwamba he will release all of those money for the function because money follows functions. Na wamekuwa nini? So increasing this from 15% to about that or by 100% to 30%
yes.
of all the money, I think will give county government a relief on how they can operate. Are you getting? But the government still holds on those functions up there as if.
How then do we curb this? Sababu ukiona kwamba iwapo pesa nyingi zinaenda kulipa mishahara, kulipa madeni, how do we solve this problem?
You know, we are overemployed, isn't it? Come on, the county government. The county government of Bungoma is the second largest employee.
In the country?
The county government of in the whole country, isn't it? You see the report.
Are these county governments bloated?
Completely bloated. Because Bungoma has employed more staff, isn't it, than Kakamega, than Narok, than Mombasa, than Kisumu, than Kiambu, than Nairobi, than Nakuru, which have a strong economic base, isn't it? So we are the second largest employee in the county government. So ukiona katika national government walikuwa wanasema ya kwamba there was a report from the public service ilikuwa mwaka wa 2023, isn't it? Ya kusema ya kwamba the national government is paying 19 billion in terms of salaries to ghost workers. Are you getting? The county governments have paid up to 35 billion to ghost workers since the inception of devolution. It was a report of 2013-2023, a 10 years report indicated that the county government have paid to a tune of 35 billion in terms of salaries to non-existent workers. That's what we are saying, 35 billion, it is not a change from a kiosk. Those are the issues that the government must be looking at so that it can inspire development in this country, isn't it? If county government have paid 35 billion to cost workers for the last 10 years, and the national government pays 19 billion shillings in terms of salary every year, how much money are we losing? That is why we say, and that's why the TI report is very clear, that 30% of the budget, isn't it, of Kenya goes to corruption. And it is now up. Are you getting it? So, the government have no political will to fight corruption because people who are in the government themselves
are the ones who are corrupt.
That is the issue, isn't it? Nothing. They will talk on the roof of cars. They will talk, but they don't have the political will.
Wakati ambapo unasikia kila kiongozi akizungumza anasema kwamba tutapigana na ufisadi, tutapigana na ufisadi, kila kiongozi. Sasa unashindwa ni nani mfisadi?
Let me tell you. There's a saying that chameleons are a master of environmental adaptations. Chameleons. Unajua chameleon?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Ikiingia katika mti blue hivi.
How do you call it in your mother tongue?
Mother tongue is called an echaniafu. Yeah. Chameleons are a masters of environmental adaptations.
Yes.
Isn't it? Changing of colors. And you can see what Rahel is now talking about.
Is that Haniaf?
Exactly. So chameleons are a master of environmental adoptions, and those are also politicians that are chameleons, isn't it? You see what Rahel is now talking about? Ya kwamba
we shall go there. We shall go there.
Yes.
We shall go there. But nataka to are 47 counties too many?
47 counties are conduits of expenditure. According to the auditor's report, isn't it? There are only about 18 counties that are viable. 18 out of 47. The rest are quantities of expenditure other than being quantities of production. Period. Isn't it? Now, we have 1,882 elective positions in this country. Isn't it? Then we have also about 2,232 members of the county. So we have 1,450 elected members of the county assemblies, and we have 782 nominated. Isn't it? We have 416 members of parliament. Those are including the Senate, the National Assembly, nominated, and our women rep and whatever. Are you getting it? And then we have 470 ministers. That is from the county government, isn't it? And then hundreds of chief officers from each county. Those are quantities of expenditure. They are not quantities of production. In fact, in my view, isn't it? Because Kenya has a lot of money that is not properly used, isn't it? If we were to have a referendum on how we can manage our resources, I could propose that we could even have something like 17 counties across the country.
There are too many.
There are too many. Most of them are just quantities of expenditure. Yani ni kama wewe zai Felix, si ndio? Hapo nyumbani kwako mtu anakuajia watoto 7 wale wa mwaka moja na nusu. Wewe utafanya kazi? It's nothing you will do. Watoto huyu amejiaria, huyu anafanya, bado huyu anafanya hapo na maana gani? That is what we have some counties that are completely unviable. Isn't it? And they are very specifically quantities of expenditure. Isn't it? They are not quantities of production. Are you getting? South Africa has 9 regions. Viable regions. And it's a country bigger than Kenya with a strong economy. Isn't it? Nigeria has 36 states. Bigger population, stronger economy. Hapa, you come up and say that Lamu County, with a population of 143,000 people, isn't it? Is a county and has 1 vote in the Senate, with the Kakamega County that has 2.2 million people. Man, what are you telling me? Are you getting it? So, this is what we call unequal distribution of resources. Ambayo hizi counties zikikuwa kama 17, isn't it? Match up, isn't it? Match these things so that we can have, so that services can go to people, isn't it? Other than the services going to salary is not development. Are you getting it? So we have and this budget will tell you why, isn't it? We are spending 13.4% of our collected revenue to development. At the national level.
7% the recurring.
Exactly. It's 7% recurring. Is that we have people. Okay, kiingia hapa manene ofisi ya magovernance hapa in Bungoma hata places, ndio. Watu wako tu kwenye ofisi wanashukana nywele. They have nothing to do. Isn't it? And there are so many people sitting in the corridors in the name of protocol officers, isn't it? That's what those
are brokers.
Exactly.
And they're paid. They're paid by the county government
for money. Some of them without even papers.
Ama ni watu wa mkono tu.
Watu wa mkono tu wanakula tu hapa pesa, contributing nothing to the economy of the county. So those are quantities of expenditure other than the quantities of production. Watu wengi hawana kazi. Umeona watu kama mfano walimu. Hata wangekuwa wanaandika walimu wengi, because teachers are very productive. Mwalimu ataamka asubuhi saa 12 out of his time, aende kwa darasa, afuzi hivi ni jioni saa 11 across the country. Are you getting? But you see, like MPs, isn't it? Those are quantities of expenditure. Our MCAs, those are quantities of expenditure.
There are too many.
There are too many, and absolutely doing nothing to spur development of the country. They don't add any value on the production grid. Hakuna. Are you getting? Kwa sababu kama wabunge wanafanya kazi siku 2-3. Kwa sababu Jumanne wanaingia bunge saa 8. Sawa? Jumatano ndio wanaingia asubuhi. Sawa, wanaingia asubuhi hiyo siku mzima. Alhamisi wanaingia saa 8. Sawa? So if a day means 24 hours or if a working day means 8 hours, then hawa hawafanyi siku zao itakuwa utacombine Jumatano kwa sababu wanaingia saa 8 na Alhamisi to make it one day. Sawa? Jumatano ni siku mzima. So wabunge, senators na governors, not governors, MCAs wanafanya siku 2 kwa wiki and they are heavily paid. Are you getting it? So these things must be reduced. Counties must be reduced because they are merely quantities of expenditure other than being productive units that can spur development or can spur economic growth.
Conduits of expenditure.
Exactly.
Na mtazamaji, naomba tuchukue mapumziko mafupi tu, lakini tutakuwa tunarejea awamu ya 3 na ya mwisho hapa kwenye Westv Staftahi. Tumemsikia aliyekuwa waziri mkuu Raila Amolo Odinga akasema kwamba waliokuwa wameweka mitego State House imewanasa. Is he trying to be relevant? Anaje ameanza kudidimia? Tutakuwa tunazungumza hayo mtazamaji baada ya muda usiokuwa mrefu.
Westv, tazama ilivyo.
Oh my goodness, I have a gallery there, works of art. I've done so much for this country.
Within the next 50, 40 years, 100 years, we shall have a banyole, no babalulia.
Nokole kazi, notiya nende tsingufu. Nyasa aleta kumeta ebindu bindi bino byose.
Kunaleta bana befwe abesekhana na basyani okudekya okubana bima bilayi nende ne badekya banadekya bakhana babamanyire okutulasi paka akulu.
Nebusamye niyo bakangala ni kusika balingange kuba batulire ini becha.
Makabusareti neche namukulira virumbeti, namukulira namwako chisendi.
Nasomya babana almost free. From here, I have a professor in Spain. Waliyo balala mubarabara anajewe niyo umuyaya kimyandu kyenyi.
Buli mesina buli no mujamutira sabuli memwaka naba mayalingo amungonera byakhulya.
Buli babana masone kumukunda ta. Kukonda no kana kana abana bano khasome bari.
Chingana kaniche.
Unamala wakala kana luka aline your brains broke up.
What is mathematics? When I was growing up, I had difficulties in solving mathematical problems. The vocabulary of mathematics is basically numbers and signs. Let me show you how. The mastery of mathematics revolves around this triangle, where at the top apex we have the tables. The tables work on the 10 numbers that we have in mathematics. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the only numbers that mathematics holds. And the tables are tables of multiplication, tables of addition, tables of subtraction and division. We have so many formula, and formula is like a key. Problems in mathematics, which if you don't have the formula, you cannot solve them. Such problems can be like finding areas of circles. And so without a formula, there are problems in maths that you can't do. Then when we come to the computing, that is where the blood life of mathematics is. Because there's no problem in mathematics that will be solved without either adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing. One may wonder the difference between the tables and the computing science. they are interrelated. First, you must know the tables so that you can know how to compute a problem like, say, 98 times 92. Tables will help you to be an accurate computer. You must be perfect in the tables to be able to compute properly. Mathematics is logic and reason. Easy to play with numbers and science. Join me, Dr. Omar Kundu, every Saturday at 9:15 a.m. to 10 a.m. Learn, master and enjoy mathematics on West TV.
Stesheni ya Kikwetu.
Lakini this time round, kwa sababu wewe mimi kazi yangu ilisha, lakini you earning, unaona wewe sasa utembee na wanaume wengine jinsi unavyotaka wewe.
Kabla ya jogoo kuwika tulikuwa tayari tumeamka.
Jana mrepo anafanya uli uogi. Sasa usipooga atakupenda kweli?
Falme Kabaka na Mwalimu Nick na Bangi.
Wanawake yale mambo mnatufanya tu.
Yes.
Mungu ndiye anawajua.
Hujazoea kumuona akilia, amejikunja hivyo, ameshika tama. Labda lipo jambo.
Amka na Westv, Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa, saa 11 alfajiri hadi saa 3 asubuhi.
Westv, stesheni ya Kikwetu.
Naam, ili kujenga jamii inayojielewa lakini pia kufuatilia masuala ya kijamii, kiuchumi na kisiasa. Fuatilia Hoja ya Westv kila Jumatatu saa 1 hadi saa 2 jioni.
Our concern was kwa nini how upload is budget document.
How can a woman disappear from the cells?
Na wahakikishia hatua itachukuliwa na nyinyi mtaridhika.
Pata maelezo ya kina tunapokuletea wachanganuzi na wadadisi wa kuaminika.
Hatuna mahali pa kuuzia vitu
kijamii, kisiasa lakini pia kiuchumi.
Lakini hivyo ndio vile ilivyo.
Saizi inabidi tuzunguke. Imebidi wa mama tungangane, tumuvurute, tumutoe kwa maji.
Tukikuletea uchanganuzi wa kina kuhusu masuala yanayotuhusu katika kaunti za magharibi na vile katika taifa zima la Kenya.
Akikuja awe mwingine atafungwa miaka 5.
Kumbuka ni kila Jumatatu saa 1 hadi saa 2 jioni.
Stesheni ya Kikwetu.
Kata jasho na Ruth Songa ndani ya Westv.
Vipi sasa utakuwa unaweza kupata hizo huduma nzuri ambazo nimekutajia mtu wangu? Sawa sawa.
Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa saa 5 hadi saa 7 mchana.
Ndani kipindi Kata Jasho hapa ndani ya Westv, stesheni ya Kikwetu, Kionamo Isonga.
Westv, stesheni ya Kikwetu.
Westv, tazama ilivyo.
Kwenye Westv Staftahi ikiwa na ya mwisho tukizungumza masuala tofauti ya siasa. Na sasa hivi Bwana Bwonya, ni kwamba tumemsikia aliyekuwa Waziri Mkuu Raila Amolo Odinga, kiongozi wa chama cha ODM, akizungumza juzi kwamba yeye haezi jiunga na Rigathi Gachagua. Anasema kwamba walimuita majina makubwa. Unahisi kwamba umaarufu wake umeanza kudidimia kiongozi wa ODM, ama what is he cooking?
No, yeye kwangu yeye amekwisha. Umaarufu ulishuka chini kabisa wakati alifanya MOU na Mheshimiwa Ruto. Wafuasi wake wengi apart from Luo Nyanza, hata even in Luo Nyanza, I think umaarufu wa Raila umepungua. Kwanza walikuja na ile kitu nasema MOU, wakaandika zile points 10.
Yes.
Hiyo points 10 hiyo walikuwa wanasema inclusivity in all spheres. Article 10, umeona vitu hilo waliandika katika MOU yote viko katika katiba ya Kenya, isn't it? do we need an MOU to implement the constitution? Those are the questions. Unatakana mkataba wa MOU between Raila na Ruto ndio waitekeleze katiba. Kwa sababu ukisema inclusivity, isn't it? Inclusivity katika implement kila kitu is captured under Article 232 of the Constitution of Kenya, ambayo inasema ya kwamba wakiandika kazi wataandika wanaume na waume katika makabila zote. That one is there, isn't it? It is also captured in Article 10 of the Constitution about the national values and the principles of governance. So at hiyo ndio MOU wameandika strengthen devolution. Strengthen devolution is under Article 174, 202, 201, 202 of the Constitution. Safeguard livelihood youth. Kwa katiba wamesema ya kwamba ukipatia tenders 30% or a third of those tenders must go to the youths and the women. Sindio? Leadership and integrity. It is under chapter 6 of the Constitution, 73 to 80. Right to peaceful assembly is under Article 37 of the Constitution. Auditing national debt and check borrowing is under Article 214 of the Constitution, isn't it? Fighting corruption, it is all in the Constitution. Do we need an MOU to implement the Constitution? Those are the questions, isn't it? So that MOU is merely a paper with no legal standing. Hiyo hata kwa wakipitana saa hii hakuna mahali utaenda kotini useme tulikuwa tumeandika MOU mimi na wewe na umefanya vitu kama hivi.
Lakini tunamuona Rais William Ruto na kinara wa ODM Raila wa Odinga wanaketi pamoja sana. Hata jana juzi kumekuwa na mkutano kule State House ya Majesty King William Alexander. Raila Odinga amekuwa kule jana, tumemwona Raila Odinga kule.
MOU hiyo haijasaidia Raila kidogo. Wakati huu yote we can ask the question, who needed who? It is Ruto who needs Raila. Not Raila needing Ruto. Raila needed Ruto during the AOU election. Are you getting it? Now it is Ruto who wants Raila like yesterday, isn't it? Because Raila is now a co-president in this arrangement, and he's the uliona ile newspaper ingine ilikuwa imesema ya kwamba ukienda kwenye ofisi ya Raila watu wametunga laini, wanataka kazi, wale wanataka promotion sijui wale wanataka vitu gani. So despite him ile kitu Raila amesema jana chuja ya Kajoko, I don't think it is true.
Ndio nasema kwamba walimuita majina makubwa mabaya kwamba yeye ni nyang'au.
Between Rigathi Gachagua and His Excellency the President William Ruto, ni nani ameita Raila majina mengi? Si ndio? Ya muganga, sijui nini. Naye Raila aliita Ruto ni mwizi, sijui nini. Wameitana majina. But because
so it's the government of thief and
they are serving their own personal interest, isn't it? They are together, isn't it? MOU means, and this MOU means His Excellency the President ameshinda kutawala nchi completely. Kama ingekuwa in the first world democracy angeresign. Because how do you bring opposition? How do you take opposition and give the opposition treasurer? He reached to Uhuru Kenyatta. Yule alikuwa amesema sijui na maana gani, akampatia mawaziri. Ameenda kwa Raila amempatia mawaziri. So this MOU and whatever happens now means His Excellency the President has been unable to manage the affairs of this country, meaning he has been unable to rule this country. That is all what it means. So you come up with what you call a mongrel government, isn't it? Ile yeye mwenyewe castigated when he was at the charter house in Britain. Hii serikali huwezi kujua ni ya opposition Are you getting? We have in the,
Don't know
government.
if it's the opposition that is in government or the government is in the opposition.
The opposition is in the government. The government is a mongrel sort of an arrangement, isn't it? Haijulikani. Kwa sababu ukiona saa hii minority leader is also still from the government. The majority leader is still from the government. So you don't know which one. That's why I'm saying the government has created confusion. Are you getting? In the operations. And the operation from all of them across the board. They are creating confusion so that there are room to steal. There are room to do things that are not right. Are you getting it? And our worry has been okay because the combination of the two political parties, you have what we call absolute majority or super majority in parliament. So as civil society organizations, we are worried that they can pass very repressive laws. Because Musyoka na Yuji na wengine ni watu ambayo tu watapweka huko nje because in parliament they lack the numbers. Because a combination of this is more than true that. So wakitaka kupitisha vitu mbaya katika hii bunge watapitisha. Because they will whip their members and they will bribe them to do whatever they want to do. That is our worry. Otherwise for me, that MOU means nothing. No, you're getting to Kenyans. It does not solve the problem of Kenya of high cost of living, isn't it? Confusion in the funding model of the universities. Confusion in share, isn't it? Are you getting it? It doesn't solve the basic problems Kenyans are facing. Because if, for example, we say that Raila as union can solve problems, isn't it? He had a handshake with Kibaki. Did he solve the problems? Nothing. He had a handshake with Moi. Did he solve the problem? Nothing. He had a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta. Did he solve the problem? It's nothing. Isn't it? It is a self-serving MOU. It serves Raila so that he recuperates his money that he used in the election. It gives William Ruto a lifeline for up to 2027. That is what it only means. It has completely nothing to do with the Kenyan citizens.
Lakini Raila alisema kwamba alizungumza juzi akasema kwamba hata kama tumeketi chini tukazungumza na mheshimiwa William Ruto rais, lakini lazima yale ambayo tunataka yafanyike lazima yatendeke kabla chochote kifanyike.
Sime nimekuambia alifanya MOU na Kibaki, isn't it? And one of the most prominent issues in the MOU with Kibaki called the National Accord in 208 mwezi wa pili tarehe 28. It was Agenda 4, isn't it? Agenda 4 was very clearly described in that MOU, in the National Accord Agreement, isn't it? They wanted to see what we call imbalances, regional imbalances in development. Are you getting? Creating employment for the youths. Na walisema ya kwamba the post-election violence, isn't it? Sio kura peke yake. There are big underlying issues that is now Raila Odinga is now talking about now that was in the MOU between him and Raila, and he never implemented it, isn't it? Electoral justice was part of it. He never implemented it. Are you getting? So there is absolutely nothing new. And you can see here we are talking about regional imbalances, isn't it? In terms of development, isn't it? Look at this half term, mid-term ya Ruto. Look at the MOU between him and our people here, Musalia Mudavadi and Oses Masika Wetangula.
Yes.
What was the MOU? The MOU was that he will complete the existing and stopped projects. Are you getting? That was started by Uhuru Kenyatta, Uhuru Kibaki, roads ziko. Na wakasema ya kwamba within this MOU they will recapitulate or they will create 1,000 kilometers of roads in the entire Western. 1,000 kilometers of road, isn't it? We can do an evaluation vis-a-vis that MOU, isn't it? And then you look at Western all the way from Kesugon, from Swam to Wahaha to Vunyula, Siopod, isn't it? Hamisi, Nyangori. Look at inside here. Is there anything that has been done based on that? That is why Musalendo gave him 5% of implementation. Nataka, you look at it, and then it was that they were to modernize. They used the word to modernize, isn't it? Article 21 of that MOU. She said they have to modernize in Zoya. I don't know whether it has been modernized sijui miazi na vitu vingine, badala yake imeuzwa sijui leasing sijui vitu gani, which was not part of the MOU. So a simple evaluation of it is that you can look at the MOU between Ruto and Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula, isn't it? Vis-a-vis that MOU, you could say that it can be even 0% of implementation, apart from, isn't it, implementing, putting Wetangula as a speaker and Mudavadi as a cabinet prime. That is what hiyo ndio imetimizwa. So you work against that with the percentage of finishing story projects ambazo barabara ziko nimetaja zimesimama, new roads hakuna kitu kingine, so it will hardly be 5%. And then the 30% of the cabinet, 30% of the ambassadors, 30% of principal secretaries, 30% of everything. It is zero. Are you getting? So hakuna kitu hapo.
Nataka unipe maoni yako. Jana tumemsikiza Raila Odinga akizungumza na I want to quote him. Alisema hivi.
Yes.
Kenya imetoka mbali. Kenya ni muhimu kuliko mtu binafsi. Demokrasia ni process, 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. We are still advancing. Hatujafika kile kiwango ambacho unafanya ile uchaguzi inaitwa free and fair. Lakini wakati utafika mpaka sisi sote to sacrifice.
That is the thing that Raila has been saying all through with all these MOUs. The one with the Kibaki, that was the statement. The one with Moi, that was the statement. The one with Uhuru Kenyatta, that was the statement. The one with Ruto is the same statement. What is new about it?
Someone will ask, wakati ambapo Raila Odinga anaenda kotini, maybe to challenge the elections, and he knows very well that the elections in Kenya pengine itakuwa free and fair. Where you then go to court?
You know, this is this. We proposed to him as civil society kwamba, you know, according to the constitution, the results at a polling station are final, isn't it? Na sisi tuka propose that we needed, isn't it, either 290 presidential returning officers. That is, each constituency should have a returning officer, or each county should have a presidential returning officer, so that we cannot burden the chair at Bomas, isn't it? He reads that Kibingei polling station, Uhuru kurai, hii kurai. No, isn't it? We wanted that to be done at the constituent level where there is transparency, where people can verify, isn't it? You remember during the last election, we had 22 polling stations in Baringo that were counted, but they never existed. Those polling stations never existed. According to the audit reports, never existed. If the presidential votes can be verified at a constituent level as it is done in countries like Ghana, isn't it? So that the returning officer in Nairobi would just read Mount Elgon constituency, these are the presidential results. Are you getting it? Kazi yake is totally. It's just totally. Imekuja ngapi huku ni kuongeza. Lakini the constitution burdens, isn't it? The returning officer to be one at the Bomas, isn't it? Rating more than 48,000 polling stations. Hata zingine wakikudanganya ya kwamba tuna polling station in haitowekeleha when it does not, wewe utasoma. But that accountability can be done at the constituent level. Are you getting it? Akakataa, isn't it? Akakuja baadaye akasema kumbe ingekuwa hivi. So for electoral justice we must increase accountability, but accountability can be increased not in the Bomas. Accountability can be increased at the constituent level, so that either we have 290 presidential returning officers for accountability, and we take our time. Like in Ghana, you can take about 4 days counting those votes, retreating. If there's any complaint, you solve it. So that the returning officer at the constituent level, once you have agreed to tally, hakuna haraka, sindio? They go and print the results, and each agent gets the result signed by the returning officer. Wahapo sisi sote kama you have 10 presidential candidates, watapata hiyo the same, isn't it? So that those votes are transmitted with you having a copy, you having a book, everyone having a copy. But they rush it because they want to rig, isn't it? So that the time of the Nairobi anasoma tu either as a constituent ama as a county. That will be absolute transparent. Akakataa vitu kama hivyo because alifikiria yeye naye akiwa upande huu he can use that loopholes.
Yakifanyika hapa mashinani utajua affect polling station.
Exactly, utajua. But you see in Nairobi you are controlling 50,000 polling stations, isn't it? In Bungoma County here tuna polling station sile ni 1186, isn't it? Sile za kupika kura, but sile senders ni 800 na sita. We can verify if it is Kimilili, if it is Kandi, if it is Tongareni. If you read a fake polling station, people will shout, say no, that polling station doesn't exist. But you can read it in Nairobi because you have no means to verify. Wamekuandikia. So transparent can be done at that. Secondly, we wanted a law. If you look at the total number of people from Western region who never participated in the election, there are more than 1 million, isn't it? And it is across the country. Tulikuwa tunataka waweke sheria ya kwamba mtu akipata kitambulisho imsaidie kupika kura, like in other places, passport na vitu vingine. Lakini hapo you can't register, au ofisi ya IBC ifanye kazi ana kwa ana na the office of the registration of person, so that mtu anapata kitambulisho na anapata kadi. Umeona, like in Bungoma here in Kakamega, we had 844,000 registered voters during the 2022 general elections. But there are supposed to be 1.2 million registered voters, isn't it? People who are eligible in Kakamega to vote is about 1.2 million. But those who registered, there are 844,000. In Bungoma here,
whole 400,000 people.
Exactly. In Bungoma we are 900 and about 940 eligible. Watu ambao wako miaka 10, lakini wale wajiandikisha is 646.
Over 300,000.
300,000. So ukiadi wakakameka huko 500, uko wako wa Bungoma hapa 300, wa Busia sijui 200 na kitu.
It's almost a million.
No, it's more than a million of eligible people. So we could see, and you see the number of those participating in election is shrinking. For example,
why is the number shrinking? I've also come across that article.
Get that statistics. In Bungoma,
is it the elections are normally not free and fair?
Because in Bungoma, in 2017,
yes,
isn't it? We had about 559,000 people registered as voters, but 420 participated in the election. I get 420,000 participated in election. Come 2022, we had 646,000 registered voters, but 404 participated in election, with the highest being presidential. Parliamentary is about 404, women rep 444 and something. So that number is coming down. So if we want what we call electoral justice, the value of one man, one vote is key. Are you getting it? So should we adjust the constitution is? Should the constitution be as equal as much as possible? Are you getting it? Because we have a constitution of 400,000 people and a constitution of 22,000 people, both of them having one vote in the National Assembly. You get it? There are so many things to be done so that in Kenya we have a free and a fair election, and the representation is key.
Kuna wale wanasusia kwa sababu wanajua kwamba hata tukipiga kura wao wenyewe wataamua ile ambayo atatuongoza.
We cannot give up, isn't it? The issue is that there's no equitable distribution of representation, isn't it? And we have matched representation with the development, isn't it? We need to separate representation with the development so that we target the representation as a representation, but we have mixed up representation and development kwa sababu sasa constituent inapewa pesa. So watu wanataka hiyo constitution kwa sababu inapewa pesa.
Tumemsikia.
But we need to what we call proportional representation. If we call the proportional representation, if it yote hiyo litakuweko.
Tumemsikia Waziri Kipchumba Murkomen akizungumza jana, anasema kwamba tumetoa ada ya vitambulisho kwamba we shall be issuing IDs for free.
So for free is their news. What is new with it? Watu walileta vitambulisho tangu vianzishe Kenya hii mwaka suchiwa wa 20 na ngapi, watu hawajawahi kulipia pesa, isn't it? It is this government.
Is it not a plus?
Forget about a plus. Umeona ni kama mtu kukuletea sigari wa kuweke ndani alafu akutoe. It's the same man. Hii serikali ndio imeleta hii shilingi 300.
Nina rafiki yangu
sikiza, last year.
Yes.
Sawa last year ndio wali introduce. Isn't it? Wakapandisha birth certificate, wakapandisha kila kitu. This certificate from 50 shillings to 200. How is they wamepandisha? Sasa hii wakitoa, isn't it? There is nothing new because that is what people are used to. Mimi nilishika vitambulisho kila kulipa. Na hao ndio wamepandisha kwa sababu ikiwa replacement of an ID kama imepotea, watu walikuwa wanalipa shilingi 100. Hao wakaongeza 900 ikakuwa 1000. So it is a public relationship exercise, isn't it? Hakuna kitu hapo kipya. Wakenya walikuwa wanapata vitambulisho bila kulipa pesa, na hii serikali ya Kenya Kwanza ndio ilikuwa imeweka hiyo data. It is pretending to be removing, isn't it? It is a PR exercise. There's nothing new.
Kuna yule ambaye anakutazama, rafiki yangu mmoja ananiuliza niulize Bwana Bwonya.
Yes.
Atutajie maneno ambayo anahisi kwamba yale ambayo anahisi kwamba serikali imefanya ipasavyo.
For me nothing. Agriculture absolutely. Nini wacha nikwambie bwana. Tusiingie kwa siasa when Kenyans are suffering. Isn't it?
Yes.
In agriculture.
So you want to tell us that there's nothing
in agriculture. Sikiza nakwambie.
Yes.
In agriculture they have tried because of subsidy fertilizer. Are you getting it?
They have tried.
Ingawa mwaka jana kulikuwa na fake fertilizer. But that one is kama wamefanya kitu mzuri itaonekana. Hata mimi nikicha hapa nikisema ya kwamba hawajafanya, watu wengi watasema hapo nimesema urongo. Isn't it? In agriculture they have tried, and specifically nothing other than a subsidy. Hiyo mbolea kutoka kwa shilingi 6,000 ndio 500, 2,500. That is a plus. We call it, and we need that even hiyo mbolea kuchi chini ifike shilingi 1,700 kama wakati ilikuwa subsidy wa Uhuru Kenyatta na Kibaki wakati mwingine. That is a plus. But all other things, education, capitation walipata capitation ni shilingi 22,244 kwa mwanafunzi, wakapunguza ikakuja 17,000 isn't it? Na wapeani. That is at service. Are you getting it? Wamekuta help that is working. They come up with the plans. Most students, sindio, hawafanyi mtihani university kwa sababu pesa haiendi. And the courts have pronounced themselves on all those issues. Housing levy, isn't it? NHIF share ile naitwa sana. Nothing is working. If these things will start working, isn't it? We can't come in this institute and talk ill of the government when things are working, isn't it? And when the things are working, people will just feel it. If the economy is growing, people will just feel it, isn't it? Kibaki came up with a program. Are you getting? Everybody, hata nini yule anakuambia huyo, ukimuuliza vizuri anasema wakati wa Kibaki ilikuwa mzuri.
But
he was not advertising.
I remember Kenyans were calling Kibaki a capitalist.
Exactly. He knew what to do. But I'm not wrong to say that this also. Government, isn't it, came in power with no plan. They didn't know what to do. That is why they are facilitating confusion. Isn't it? In every sector, in every basic sectors. Ukiona SHA, ukiona education, everything is in chaos. Isn't it? Talk through principles in schools. Wanasema principal amepeleka shule yake na watoto 1,500. Wako wanaleta pesa ya watoto 1,300. It is happening out there. And they have reduced capitation. And they have increased. We are now collecting more money than what we used to collect during Uhuru Kenyatta's time. So people expect that more collection means more services to the people. That means capitation would have moved from 22,000 to say 28,000, so that tunapunguzia mzazi
because you are collecting more.
Exactly, because you are collecting more, but instead it's the opposite. Are you getting it? More money is being collected, and the purported in quotes is that we are paying debt.
Rais anasema kwamba anakusanya ushuru kwa sababu kuna madeni makubwa.
Madeni makubwa ilifanya nini? Tuko tunalipa madeni ya Aror Kamorwel dams. Sile zilikuwa mara kweli 62 billion. Pesa zilikuliwa na watu wanaweza moja wawili watatu. Tuko tunalipa madeni ya vitu kama vitu vingi. Cotton Park ile pesa imeenda kwa watu binafsi. Tuko tunalipa madeni ya Eurobond ambayo pesa haikufika Kenya. Ilienda hapo in account huko Switzerland na mataifa mengine huko Warabuni na kila kitu. Na Kenya zabini wanakopi, isn't it? Wanakopa, wanakula pesa, Wakenya wanalipa. That is the question. Are we transparent in the debts? Hii madeni imefanya kitu gani? Waje wakwambie hapa Bungoma mfano or hapa Westv, isn't it? Tuko tunalipa deni ilifanya project gani? Tell us. Which project in Bungoma here, isn't it? Wamefanyia kwa pesa ile imelipwa. Watu waambie.
Kuna pesa ambayo serikali kuu inatoa wakati ambapo the industrial park, county governments inatoa pesa fulani, alafu pia serikali kuu inatoa pesa fulani kujenga hata kwa masoko. The county governments inatoa kiwango fulani cha pesa, na pia serikali kuu inatoa kiwango fulani cha pesa.
Let me tell you. County government get 15% of the national revenue. The central national government went with 81% of the money. You know, 15% anazikuiza ifiki. Okay, calculate yeye na kuambia hiyo is about 14.8, 14.6, 14.7%. I think 15%. na unaona huwa magavana wana struggle sana na Senate. Budget nini appropriation committee ya bunge inapunguza. Are you getting? Okay, equalization fund is 1.5% and the CTF is 2.5%. So 2.5% is divided equally, not really equally now. We may change the formula so that 2.5% of the national revenue goes to constituencies. Now we craft ile formula ya kukawana like this. Wamebadilisha kidogo. Is that 75% of that 53 billion shilling, 75% of it is equally divided among the 290 constituencies, isn't it? Then 25% of that money is equally divided among the 1,450 wards across the country. That is the new formula now. I can so that Kandui, which has 8 wards, will relatively get slightly more money than Sirisi, which has 3, or Kimili, which has 4, Kabuchai, which has 4, Tongareni 6, like that. That has been changed in the formula. But the bottom line is that the national government remains with 81% of the resources. If it is agreed, that is A, isn't it? Which means counties, isn't it? Constituencies, equalization fund is an E, because it is less than 20%. Kama wewe ni mwalimu, see, 15% is an E.
Yes.
So the national government should come with a single project here, not cost sharing, isn't it? There are some areas wamefanya kama huko Kisumu, a housing project of 120 billion, while Ruto was in Bungoma here in Western, a project of 120 housing project 120 billion was being launched in Kisumu to come up with 1,400 housing units. Are you getting it? Here Raisi anakuja anafungua soko hapa Cheptais ya milioni 10. Milioni 10,
who is funding it?
Forget about who is funding it. This is ndege zile ametumia kukuja huko, transport fuel na watu ambao anakuja hapo. You can't use 8 million to come and launch a project of 10 million.
8 million.
Ni transport hizo ndege na vitu vingine.
Another logistics.
So when we are talking about the distribution of resources, and that was in the national court, ile Raila anasema ya kwamba anataka kurudisha. Look at distribution of health facilities in Kenya sahi, si ndio? Level 6 hospitals juzi ndio wameelevate Jaramogi Oginga Odinga into a referral hospital. Now we have 6 of them. Level 6 hospitals in Kenya, tuna Kenyatta National Hospital, Mathira Hospital, National Spinal Injury Hospital, Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital, Moi Teaching Referral Hospital, and Jaramogi Oginga Hospital. Hizo ni 6. Those are highly specialized services, facilities, and centers of excellence, isn't it? You know, out of those 6 now, isn't it?
Yes.
4 are in Nairobi. Umeona? 4 are in Nairobi. Then 1 in Eldoret, then another one has been put in Kisumu. Mombasa is lacking. You come to what we call level 5 hospitals in the whole republic. There are 13, isn't it? We have 1 in Kiambu, Kakamega 1, Meru 1, Kisii, Kisumu, Nakuru, Garissa, Machakos, Nyeri, Embu, Mombasa, and Kitale as 1. So those level 5 hospitals unaona ya kwamba in the former central region tuko na 3. Are you getting? In the former eastern region tuko na 3. Rift Valley siko 2 ya Kitale na Nakuru. Nyanza 2. Western ni 1 ni Kakamega. North Eastern ni 1, Coast ni 1. You look at it, isn't it? Is that don't we have people? Can we even upload Kakamega or Bungoma into a level 6 hospital so that services are spread given the population density of this region? Are you getting it? So that is the distribution of services, health facilities. Ndio unaona watu wengi hapa referral, you rush to Moi, isn't it? Very soon it will either be Moi or Kisumu.
Who is supposed to push for this?
That is why the National Court of 2007 talked of regional imbalances in development. Are you getting it? There are those, you can't get a project in Western of 15 billion here. Hawezi kupata, isn't it? Alafu wanakuambia madeni.
Wewe unataka kuniambia kwamba rais atakuja hapa anasema kwamba nitaanzisha hiki, nitafanya kile, nitafanya yale kabla hajaambiwa.
We have to move away for this. We have to move away from promises and then action. Okay, akikuja hapa saa hii atuambie hii miaka 2.5 ni kitu gani amefanya ine Bungoma, ni kitu gani amefanya na Kakamega. Not yeye amekuja hapa kufungua project za county government, si ndio? Alifungua hapa county assembly, sawa, county government project. Sio kufungua Kakamega nini. He has never come in Bungoma or Western and opened a national project. Alikuwa Rutumu huko akifungua factory ya simiti, isn't it? That its cost was 200 billion. Walisema itaimbrui watu 3,000 kwa mwaka permanent and pensionable, isn't it? We have never had such a project.
Do you want the president to come here and suggest a project that
no people leaders here sinakwambia tuna MOU, isn't it?
So it's not about the president.
It's not about the president. It's about the poor leadership we have. Umeona vitu kama hivyo.
So wewe huwezi mlaumu rais.
Mimi siwezi kumlaumu rais kwa sababu ninalaumu watu ambayo they purport in court that they are close to the president. They fight over ping number 2, ping number 3, ping number 6 what. They fight over that. They are the people who should tell the president that this is what we made an MOU and this is what we have not.
But you cannot blame the president.
Let me tell you, we blame our leadership, but we blame the president because he is the symbol of national unity.
Kule Rutumu kama wanasema kwamba wanataka kiwanda cha simiti.
Yes.
Yeye ataleta kiwanda cha simiti kule. Tumeona Nyanza
100.
How many units are they?
Hapa
100 and what? And
1,400 units.
Yes.
It's a complete town. Kwa sababu hata nene hapa Bungoma ukipokesabu nyumba moja kwa moja kutoka huko mpaka Msiko utafikiri 1,400. That is starting a whole town. So a project of 120 billion.
It's about now the regional leadership.
Gulf company from the Middle East inajenga Kisumu in the former molasses plant.
Atafanya ile ambayo anaambiwa.
So the biggest problem we have is that we have poor leadership here. People who don't, isn't it?
Labda pengine hamuamini ndio maana pia wanasema wanakuza wanasema kwamba wacha
mtu ukichakuliwa watu wanakuamini. Ni wewe mwenyewe ufanye ile watu wanataka, wewe mwenyewe ufanye ile unafikiria itasaidia watu wetu wa move from poverty, isn't it? Angalia nini Felix, isn't it? Kenya, 30% of Kenya is arable land. 30% of Kenya ni mahali mvua inanyesha, isn't it? The entire rural community lives in 30%. Mahali ambapo tuna mvua, mahali ambapo tuna udongo mzuri, isn't it? Why are we poor? Why is now the poverty levels in Bungoma, in Western, has raised from 36% to 43% of the people living below the poverty line? We are above the national average of 40% to 43.9% of the people in the entire region of Western living below the poverty line. Up from 36% 3 or 4 years ago. That is the question. Yet, we live in the most arable land, isn't it? We don't live in Turkana where hakuna mvua, hapa tuna mvua, watu wako wanapanda. There's something wrong with our leadership. Alafu, there is something I saw in the budget that we believe must be revised, isn't it? In the 2023-2024 budget, there is what we call presidential confidential expenditure. Confidential presidential expenditure. In the year 2023-2024, the president was given 265.1 million shillings as confidential expenditure. What is confidential? Isn't it?
Yana ambaye rais atatumia, tupesa ambaye rais atatumia.
Confidential, what is confidential? In the world of transparency,
that means there will be no accountability for that.
Exactly. There will be no accountability for 265.13 million shillings that the presidential office used in 2023 in the name of confidential expenditure from the office of the president. What is it for? And this year wakuu wamesema they have increased it. There will be no accountability to 265 million. Possibly sijui ndio anatoa rambe milioni 20 kwa mkutano moja, or what can that mean? I think these are the things, isn't it? Members of parliament should look into, so that we don't have it, and they have also those expenditure iko katika ofisi ya deputy president, iko even some ministries. Hizo vitu zinatakana kutolewa in the world of transparent and accountability. Naam.
Naona muda wetu na yoyoma Bwana Bwonya. Sijui kama una jambo lolote la mwisho kabla tufunge?
Mimi ile kitu tu ninasema ya kwamba other than the government must stick to implement the constitution, isn't it? All these MOUs wamefanya, ile the 10 points ile Raila they purport to be making an MOU in assisting Kenyans. It's neither here or there. Did the government follow the constitution, isn't it? Did the government's projects to be failed by the people? Let it not be an advertisement. Unaenda kwa matango unasema sijui mimi nimefanya hii, sijui mimi nimefanya hii. Let people feel it. I get it. Mtu mzuri, mtu ukifanya kitu. Sichawahi kuona siku moja Mheshimiwa Kibaki akichanga harambee. But Kibaki made sure that money was in the pockets of the people. Yeye ndiye alileta hii tukutuku. Yeye ndiye alileta alifanya banks sika reduce, isn't it, riba ya kuboro. Watu wengi wakaingia benki wakachukua pesa, isn't it? He created an enabling environment, a conducive environment for its citizens. A good government cannot create confusion in the attribution of justice, isn't it? A good government cannot overtake its citizens without services. Very soon people start saying, isn't it? No services, no taxation. Are you getting it? You are overtaxing us. People don't see the results, the fruits of taxation. Kama watu wangeona ya kwamba secondary education capitation imeenda juu, primary education capitation imeenda juu na vitu vingine, na saa hizi hata watoto wameanza kulipa mtihani. Are you getting? KEPSA hapa wanauliza pesa ya mtihani. Class 8 wanapuliza pesa ya mtihani. Something that the people had forgotten. Form 4. Wale wako form 4. Niliona mtoto anakuja anasema wanataka pesa ya registration ya mtihani. You get it. Something that the people had forgotten. You are bringing them back.
It's coming back.
Isn't it? So fees kwa shule ike inapanda. Fees kwa university inapanda. That is not the
hata principals wameanza kuongeza karo.
Exactly. Wameanza kuongeza karo. And you can't blame principals. Why do you blame them? Capitation is not coming. They have reduced the capitation. And then you say that we praise this government that they have done something in 2.5 years. I support Mzalendo report that we can only give Ruto 5%, which goes specifically to agriculture. And that is subsidized. But out of the rest of the things are not working. They are working according to leadership, but practically share education system is collapsing, isn't it? High taxation, are you getting it? The purchasing power of the people has gone down. That is a parliamentary report. It is not. It's Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, a professional government body that deals with statistics. Wako nakuambia bana, watu hawana pesa ya kupurchase. Hata ukipunguza unga ifike shilingi 70, watu hawana pesa. Sasa usituambie ya kwamba bei ya unga ilikuwa 200 wakati huo, isn't it? Na saa hii ni 130. 200 wakati huo, but people had purchasing power. Hata ikifika 300 when people have the purchasing power, you will buy. Nini? Uliona juzi nini? Ilikuwa China. Walitangaza kwamba hapana, tunataka tupee watu pesa waende wanunue vitu. Ndio uchumi paje na muda gani vitu endelee. So I think Kenyans should be patriotic, isn't it? Is that we must defend this constitution, isn't it? That we must see beyond the leadership we have. Is that these leaders will be there, isn't it? Isn't it? they will not be there tomorrow, but Kenya will still remain
there. Yeah.
So sustaining the integrity of the nation, isn't it, is key, so that everybody has a right to protect this constitution, isn't it? Hatuwezi tukaruhusu watu wawili wachache wakaharibu inji ni kama hawe ndio inji. Hapana, hii inji itakuwako bila Raila, hii inji itakuwako bila Ruto, hii inji itakuwako bila hata sisi zozote. Sisi zote tutatoka. But we must leave a legacy that a country that can sustain its development, a country that can care for the interests of the youth. That is what we aspire for. Kwa sababu sisi hatutakuwa na tuna watoto, tuna wajukuu. How will this country go? So we need leadership that is not greedy as this one. Raila and Ruto can be considered as people who are just extremely greedy.
You talked about lip service.
Lip service, serving their own interest, isn't it? There's nothing new there. You tell us, but Aruta continues that Kenyans must be vigilant. Kenyans must protect the constitution. Kenyans must wake up to deal with people who are not doing the right thing for this country.
Bwana Bwonya, asante sana kuja kwenye siku. Kumbe wewe ni mwanachama wa chama gani?
Mimi si mwanachama. Mimi si mwanachama.
Wewe ni mwanaharakati.
Mimi ni mwanaharakati. I am a CEO of the Western Kenya.
Are you affiliated to a certain party?
Forget about ours is to give civic education to the right. Hata saa hii tukiwa una support any other person ndio nakuja. What we want as a civil society is for any government in place to follow the rule of law, follow the constitution.
Umejibu rafiki yangu ambaye alikuwa ameuliza hilo swali. Akasema kwamba huyu Bwana Bwonya anamuona ni kama ni rafiki wa governor wa Trans Nzoia George Natembeya.
Governor wa Trans Nzoia fit into my aspiration, isn't it? He's a defender of the people. He's defending the people of Western. Are you getting? Akikosa kudefend people of Western, hatakuwa rafiki yangu. Tutawachana kwa sababu yeye amekuja hapo na issues that completely affect the Luhya community, isn't it? Absolutely. He's talking about employment, isn't it? Skilled. He's talking about development. Na nimekuuliza tu, yeye anasema ukweli. Niambie kutoka Kesukun, kutoka Swam kwenda Vunyula, Nyang'uri, isn't it? Hamisi,
Butula,
Port Victoria, Ruahaka huko Jevukuru. Do you see any government project of this government, the project of what 10 billion? It's not there. But in areas like Eldoret, Wasangishu, in areas like Kinyeri, isn't it? We have projects of billions of shillings. Mfano tu, isn't it? There was a supplementary budget in 2023 by the former chair of the health committee, Robert Pokose, isn't it? 28.2 billion to do what we call Moi teaching at the Faro Hospital. Wajenge vitanda 4,000 at that particular place. That's 28.4 billion. That is what we call unequal distribution of resources. Mbona usichukue hiyo pesa useme ya kwamba because ni Busia tuna watu wengi wanalala kwa vitanda viwili wagonjwa. Bungoma, Kakamega. Why can we spread that money so that we say that in Bungoma tufanye ni vitanda kama 700, Kitale kama 700, Kakamega 700, Busia 700? Why do you heap at that particular? That is an equal distribution of national resources, and that is an equal imbalances in the development of the country. So hiyo ndio sisi tunaonyesha statistics we have that we share with the people so that the people can know. Are you getting it? So watu wakijua they can make the right decision. So I am not a supporter of, but Governor Natembeya has my aspiration. He talks what human rights people talk about the disparities in development, isn't it? Inequalities in development.
He talks what you want to hear.
Talks what I know, even what is there, not really what you want to hear. He talks the truth. He tells people the truth. And our Kenya hawataki ukweli. So Natembeya tells him the truth that haujawahi kuwa na mkuu wa majeshi kwa Waluhya. Is that lies? Isn't it?
And they say you say the truth and the truth shall set you free.
Exactly. So mheshimiwa anatembea speaks the truth and he is emerging as the spokesperson for the people of Western. He's emerging. He appears to be replacing Michael Wamala Kijana, Masinde Muliro, and Moses Mutamba Mudavadi. So we must support him. We are members of his party.
Na mtazamaji, asante sana kujiunga nasi hapa kwenye Westv Staftahi, rafiki yangu Job Bwonya. Asante sana. Siku zote mimi nafurahia tu wakati ambapo nafanya mazungumzo na wewe. Asante. Mtazamaji, asante kujiunga nasi hapa kwenye Westv Staftahi. Shukrani za dhati kabisa mwelekezi wangu Kelvin Kibet. Tukutane tena kwa taarifa za Westv timu hapo saa 7 mchana. Mimi ni Felix Okubasu. Kuwa na mchana mwema.
Asante.